Hi guys, so I was actually just starting to film a little unboxing walkthrough of a tarot deck that I just purchased new to me, but it is a used deck. And all of a sudden I'm just like, my energy was feeling super heavy, and I was just feeling like almost like I was like hypnotized, just so tired. And I wasn't feeling like that before I started, and now that I've walked away from the deck, I'm not feeling like that. So I thought, you know what, I clearly need to pun intended, I clearly need to clear this deck. And I had filmed a video on how to clear and dedicate a new or used tarot or oracle deck. I did that probably like 5 or so years ago if you scroll way down, but I've been wanting to film an updated version of that for some time, so I thought this is a perfect time. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna clear this deck and then do kind of like a walkthrough. So if that sounds good to you, stay tuned. I don't know why, like filming horizontally, I just feel like I never know where to put my eyes, so my eyes are wandering all over. Any hoozle, one little disclaimer that I wanted to say first is like, you don't have to clear your decks. You don't have to dedicate them. You don't have to do anything. I choose to for a couple of reasons. I think one, I am very sensitive to energy. I wish that I could be like a thrift store haul, like rock star. I can barely walk into a thrift store because the energy is so palpable and intense. So that is, for me, I'm very sensitive to used objects. Number two, I feel like I like to build that relationship with my decks. And for me, clearing the energy and dedicating them is like my first steps to building a relationship with them. That's how I honor them and show respect and show reverence. And that's just my personal preference, but there is no like hard or fast rules. You don't have to do this. If this is something that you think is extra, then like don't do it. So anyways, if you're somebody that has wanted to know how do other people clear their decks or dedicate their decks, then this is for you. Stay tuned. Okay, so the first thing you're going to need is some sort of clearing agent. I prefer to use fire, air, smoke. So I'm going to be using the dupe cups. I talked about this in a video last week. These ones are filled with like resins of frankincense, myrrh, dragon's blood, but you can always use an incense stick. You could use sage, you could use Palo Santo. There's a ton of different things that you can do. This is just one method, okay? So I've got my cauldron here, and I'm just gonna go ahead and light up this dupe cup. So the deck doesn't feel like it has a negative energy. It just has a heavy energy. Actually, what I kind of think is I feel like several people have owned this. I don't think this was like owned or cherished by any one person. I kind of am getting the sense that it's been passed around. So the deck that I have here is the Mandala Astrological Tarot by A.T. Mann. Now, I was just going to do an unboxing, but the energy is just feeling super heavy. So we're going to go ahead and do a clearing of it. So this is the book, and I do actually like to clear the book as well. These dupe cups can take a little minute to like really get going. But let me know in the comments, do you personally like to clear or dedicate a deck? And then if so, by what means or method do you use for that? Also, the last time I talked about this, I showed this beautiful new wand that my husband got me. So this way we have the elements of earth, fire, and air. So far we don't have any water. That's why usually people would use like an abalone shell, but that's okay. Actually, the cauldron would hold liquid, and it's a vessel, so it counts as like a cup or a shell. So I lied, that's still the water element. So even the books I like to kind of clear a little bit. Oh, well, let's make a big mess. Don't do that. The camera is kind of like in my way. This isn't an ideal setup for like my tripod. So there's the book. We'll get that out of the way. The first thing I recommend that you do if you're going to clear or dedicate a deck is put it in order. Now, if it's a brand new deck, it should already be in order. So I've actually already taken the time to do that. And the reason why is because if you buy a used deck, or actually I've even had sometimes new decks come to me missing a card. I feel like the first thing that you should do, what I recommend is put the cards in order. And even if they are in order, go through and make sure you're not missing any cards. So I have already done that. All 78 cards are here. So then I just start to, I'm just going to basically, hold on to this deck, and I just kind of quiet my mind for a moment and just begin to kind of set some intention as far as like clearing the energy. I'm going to clear it, and then I'm going to dedicate it. Okay. So we're just kind of, going to be like, I ask that any and all energy, intentions be cleared from these cards, from this book, and from this deck. I ask that these cards come back to a place of neutrality. We're kind of envisioning like almost like an eraser on a dry eraser board, or, a chalkboard, and we're just wiping away any energy, any intentions, any, hexes. I don't know why anybody would hex or curse a deck. But we're just, even if they were good intentions, they're not my intentions, right? We're not the same. So and again, I feel like this deck has been passed around. So we're just asking these cards to just let go of any previous owners, energies, or intentions, just bringing yourself back to a new place of neutrality, almost like a baptism. Okay. So I'm going to speed this part up, and you'll just see I do take each card front and back through the smoke. And again, as I'm doing this, I'm thinking about wiping and clearing the energy. Okay, so let's speed this up. Okay, so now they're all cleared individually, and I'm just going to grab them back up again. And we're just going to I'm going to knock them out. Just kind of fan them out. And again, just a final clearing, just letting go of any and all intentions and energies back to a place of neutrality. Okay, I'm going to do the book one more time. And you can even do the box. That's not a bad idea. Again, this thing could have been on a floor. I mean, to me, this feels neglected. It feels like it wasn't cared for or honored. And obviously that's going to translate through with the type of messages that it brings, just like it would a human. If you're dealing and communicating with a human that has been neglected and not cared for, that's going to translate through with their communication with you, right? Then, now that I feel that it is cleared, now I can go through and set my intention, okay? Call in the energies that I would like it to carry. Call in the intentions that I would like it to have. So it is my intention to use this deck as a tool for study and knowledge, to be able to bring forth messages for myself, my family member, my friends, and my clients. Only messages of the highest vibration of love and light and accuracy, working only with the guides of the same highest vibration of love, light, and accuracy. Even if I choose to work with this deck for shadow purposes, I still only choose to work with guides, energies, entities of the highest vibration of love and light. And so it is. And then I tap it again. So now they have been cleared and reset and rededicated. And now I can go ahead and give it a shuffle if I want to, but I'm not going to do that because we're going to do a little walkthrough of it. So for those of you guys who came for the clearing and dedication, we'll see you next time. Peace. But if you wanted to do both, we're actually going to do a little walkthrough here. So again, this is the Mandala Astrological Tarot by A.T. Mann. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not even quite sure. I can't quite get a straight answer. Is this deck OOP or not? Let me know below. And then also, I think that this might be a newer edition because I think the original one was black. So I could be wrong. Maybe the original one was red. I only paid like $40 for it with shipping, so I hope that I didn't overpay. I looked on eBay and did a little bit of due diligence, and I seen them anywhere from like 300 to like 30. So it's just like, I think some people just list every deck at ridiculously high amounts. I have no idea. Did I get a good deal or not? Is this a original edition or not? Is it OOP or not? Please do let me know down below, because I really don't know. So yeah, this is an astrological deck. So I got it again, mainly for a study for Kabbalah and astrology. I don't have any decks that are similar to this. So I just thought it was really cool. So here we go with the Fool. So you can see here it gives the Hebrew association, it gives us the planetary, astrological, and the element. Now, to my knowledge, previous to this, I thought the Fool was just the element of air. I didn't realize that it did have zodiacal and planetary association. So that was kind of interesting. I notice here the I Ching here in this wheel. So we've got the Fool, the Magician or Bet. So you may or may not know, like in Hebrew and the Kabbalah, the alphabet is actually called Aleph Bet. So you've got Aleph and Bet. Like that's where the word alphabet came from, is Aleph Bet. Magician, so we've got Mercury here. High Priestess, Gimel, the Moon. I just think these major cards are just absolutely stunning, packed with tons of symbolism, which I love. Working with the traditional colors, because color is one of the magical components when working with the Kabbalah. So really traditional symbolism in that way. We've got Taurus, Vav, Gemini, North Node, Mercury, Zayin, which is the Lovers. So yeah, tell me about this deck if you're familiar with it, if you've ever worked with it. Tell me everything that you know. It is reminding me quite a bit of the Brotherhood of Light Egyptian Tarot that I work with and have studied. We'll have to wait when we get into... Oh, wait. Let's go back. Because I didn't know if it was like a Thoth deck. What was... Yeah, so number 8 is the Strength card. So number 11 will be Justice. I wasn't sure because I noticed when I was putting it back in order to reset it, I did notice that the Court cards have a Princess, and a lot of times that's an indicator that it'll be like a Thoth system. So here we have Wheel of Fortune, Justice, the Hanged Man. Oh, love that Death card. And they're getting an extra cleaning now, just kind of hovering over this. It smells so good. Look at that star. And it's stars, not just star, because of course with astrology, you're dealing with all of the constellations, right? The Moon. And the World. Now, it is kind of a little bit of a pip deck. So, Ace of Wands, Fire, Mars and Aries, Sun in Aries, Jupiter in Aries, Sun in Leo. So, it's really going to be good for, you know, solidifying in those astrological correspondences to the tarot cards. Princess of Wands, Fire Palace, interesting. Wand, Prince of Wands, the Sagittarius Chariot, Wand Queen, Aries Throne, Wand King, Leo Crown, interesting. Might have to look up the guidebook a little bit. So Swords, Venus in Libra, Uranus in Libra, Mercury Libra, Uranus Aquarius, Mercury Aquarius, Venus Aquarius, Mercury Gemini, Venus Gemini, Uranus, Gemini, Air Palace, Gemini Chariot, Libra Throne, Aquarius Crown. Water, Moon Cancer, Pluto Cancer, Neptune Cancer, Pluto Scorpio, Neptune Scorpio, Moon Scorpio, Neptune Pisces, Moon Pisces, Pluto Pisces, Water Palace, Pisces Chariot, Cancer Throne, Scorpio Crown. Earth, Saturn Capricorn, Venus Capricorn, which is what I have. Mercury Capricorn, Venus Taurus, Mercury Taurus, Saturn Taurus, Mercury Virgo, Saturn Virgo, Venus Virgo, Earth Palace, Virgo Chariot, Capricorn Throne, Taurus Crown. So that is the deck as a whole. I'm excited to dig into the guidebook. It looks like it's going to be a juicy one. I've already gotten in a couple of pages. So yeah, I'm excited to work with this deck. Let me know what you know about it below. And I already have another unboxing that I'm going to film after this. So see you soon.